Welcome back. All right, so just the 4 games tonight, and we're done early on a Sunday. I like it. I like it a lot. I wish all the Sundays were like this. That being said, very different games tonight. All 4 games had a very different feeling to them, although shot totals seem to be coming down. This is something I've been talking about the last couple of days now. I don't know what's going on with shot totals. Let's start off with the Capitals and the Islanders. Thompson versus Sorokin in this one. Anders Lee is robbed via a 2-on-1 rush early on. Good early pace, very few whistles, not really a surprise. Washington games go one of 2 ways. Either they're very fast, very few whistles, or it's a whistle every 10 seconds. I have no idea why that is. Shots are 2-1 Islanders at 5 minutes. Holmstrom's denied on a turnover rush. The Caps would draw a power play, and they score on it. At 7:37, it's Wilson tipping one in from the side of the net. Ovechkin and Leonard with the assists. So Wilson getting some goals based on the fact that everybody expects Ovechkin to shoot, and he doesn't always shoot. The Islanders look to respond. Anders Lee can't bury one in close. Thompson holds there. The Islanders press with 7.5 minutes left. The shots are 7-6 for the Islanders with 5 minutes left. Barzal has a wraparound chance that's held. It's 1-0 for the Caps after 1. Second period, Heineman fires one high via a 2-on-1 rush. The Islanders draw a power play. That's killed off. And then the Capitals go right back to the box, and they kill that off as well. So the Islanders back-to-back power plays that are unsuccessful. Shots are 4-0 for the Islanders at 7 minutes, in part because 4 of those 7 minutes they had a 5-on-4. Islanders with some pressure at 8.5 minutes. The shots are 9-1 for the Islanders with 8.5 minutes left. Beauvillier can't bury one from in close. And then Sorokin comes out of the net and hands the puck to Tom Wilson. I don't know how else to describe it. He comes out of the net and he passes it to Tom Wilson. Wilson's like, okay, I got an empty net. I guess I'll hit the empty net. And he did. So at 13:58, Wilson scores unassisted, but it's kind of a Sorokin assist, and it's 2-0 for the Caps. The Capitals with some pressure with 3 minutes left. The Islanders had some pressure of their own with 1.5 minutes left. Drouin has a one-timer with his kicked aside. It's 2-0 for the Capitals after 2. Third period, the Caps draw an early power play. There's a post for Chychrun, a post for Leonard. Of course, Chychrun's been red hot. He was trying to keep his goal streak going. The power play's killed off the Islanders' rush. In fact, there were no shots on net by either team 4.5 minutes into the third period. Pelech has a net drive that's turned aside. Another long run without a whistle at this point in the game. The teams trade rushes and turnovers. D'Angelo has a net feed that's kicked aside. We get a power play for the Islanders. Horvat has a chance that's held, and then at 13:43, Horvat scores on the power play. He buries a rebound from the inner slot. Lee and Pulock with the assists. So now it's 2-1 in favor of the Capitals. With 2:38 left, the Islanders call a timeout. They also pull the goaltender, and at 18:49, Protas hits the empty net. The assist to Wilson and Roy. So the goaltender pull happens again, and this time Ovechkin hits the empty net. Beauvillier with the assist at 19 minutes and 30 seconds. The Capitals win this one 4-1 in UBS. Big win for the Caps. Shots on net, 9-7 Islanders in the first, 13-7 Islanders in the second, 9-4 Islanders in the third. They actually outshoot the Capitals 31-18. Power plays, Washington 1 for 2, the Islanders 1 for 3. The hits, 23-21 for the Islanders. Thompson, good night for him, 30 saves on 31 shots. Sorokin, 14 saves on 16 shots, and considering he passed it to Wilson, he saved 14 out of 15 other than the one that he passed to the wrong team. So it happens. It's one of those things. It does happen. All right, next up, the Anaheim Ducks and the Chicago Blackhawks. Mrazek versus Knight, 15 seconds in on their first shot. Anaheim scores. Gauthier from the left circle via a 3-on-1 rush. Terry and Carlson with the assists, so 1-0 lead. And then at 47 seconds on their third shot, Zellweger risks one from the left circle as well. So there's your weakness on Knight early in the game. The assist to Terry and Gauthier. So Terry with a couple of assists, Gauthier with a goal and an assist. We're not even a minute into the game. It's 1-0 for the Anaheim Ducks. Strome to Johnston near miss at the Chicago net. Chicago pressures at 4 minutes. Kaiser then has a wristed save. The Ducks clear. 9 minutes into the period, the shots are 7-2 Anaheim. And at 10:25, Kreider has one go in off of his skate. On the doorstep, Seneca and McTavish with the assists. It's 3-0 for the Anaheim Ducks in Chicago. Chicago pretty good in first periods usually, not so much today. Kreider fires one wide via a 2-on-1 rush. We then get a power play for Anaheim. That's killed off. And then with 2:24 left, Chicago goes to the power play, and they score on it. At 17:57, Bertuzzi tips one from in close. Nazar and Bedard with the assists, so that makes it 3-1. With 1:40 left, the Hawks go back to the power play. So that rolls over into the second period with the score 3-1 for the Anaheim Ducks. To start the second, the Ducks do finish the kill. The Hawks then overpass on a rush. Puck gets cleared out. There's a press by Chicago at 3 minutes. Then there's a phantom penalty call on Vlasic. He didn't actually touch the player. Player's fallen down. So the referees get together and they rescind the penalty. I am so happy that we see this now in the National Hockey League, that officials will consult with one another on the ice, see what everybody saw, and then make a decision on a penalty. I think the NHL, which had always been a league where once that penalty is called, well, it's called. Doesn't matter if it's a mistake. I think it's great that that seems to have fallen by the wayside. So I'm okay with referees getting together and saying, okay, he's not going to be in the box. Just the look on Vlasic's face, you could tell he didn't actually touch the player. Mikheyev has a rush chance that's caught and held. Shots were just 2-1 for Chicago at 6.5 minutes. Again, shots are really, really scarce right now. And then at 6:43, Green scores via 2-on-1 rush. Bedard and Burakovsky with the assists. Suddenly it's 3-2 in favor of the Anaheim Ducks. Zellweger's denied on a rush. Chicago presses with 9.5 minutes left. There's an offensive zone penalty to Seneca, so the Hawks to the power play. A shorthanded Paling chance is denied. And then at 12:34, Doc roofs one from the slot. Teravainen and Levshinov with the assists. We suddenly have a 3-3 tie. So Chicago, who normally aren't very good in the second period, they are good in the second period tonight. The Ducks get a power play. That's killed off. Then with 3:09 left, the Ducks go back to the power play. So Chicago was fine, and they kill that off as well. It's 3-3 after 2. Third period, 3.5 minutes in. Chicago has the only shot on net. We get a power play for Chicago. There's a shorthanded goal by the Ducks, but it's offside. And I felt silly, too, because I put the magnet on the board when they scored. But watching it in real time, I was like, oh, that's offside. And then it's like I forgot before the puck went in the net. So at any rate, things get pushy-punchy on a hold by Mrazek. Mrazek would then get shaken up. He exits the game. And so Husso's in the net. And I feel bad for Husso. Nazar has a one-timer that's caught and held that apparently wasn't hitting the net. And then at 9:54, Bedard. It's a turnover, and it's a Deacon close. What chance did Husso have? The answer is none. Bedard just wills it into the net, and Chicago has a 4-3 lead. So Ville Husso, who had watched the whole game, is now the one on the hook for the loss if Anaheim's not able to tie, the score now being 4-3 for Chicago. Ducks press for response. Vlasic fires one high on a rush, and then just after the goalie's pulled at 18:05, Bedard hits the empty net. He chirped towards the Anaheim bench when that took place as well. And so the goalie pull happens again. Anaheim's not able to manage a goal. 5-3 is your final in favor of Chicago. Shots on net, 10-5 Anaheim in the first, 9-7 Chicago in the second, 9-4 Anaheim in the third. Final shots, 26-18 for Anaheim. Power plays, Anaheim 0-3, Chicago 2-4. The hits, 22-15 Anaheim. Mrazek saves 13 out of 16, and Husso allowed a goal on the only shot he faced. I feel bad for him because it's Bedard. It's Bedard. Knight, 23 saves on 26 shots. After allowing 2 goals on his first 3 shots, he had a good recovery. So you can see 49 shots in this game, 44 shots in this game, and less than that in the other 2 games because this is just one of those nights. All right, moving along. The Calgary Flames and the Carolina Hurricanes. So Cooley versus Bussey. There were no shots on net in the first 3.5 minutes, which was a warning sign of what was to come in this one. Huberdeau has a fast break that's broken up. Nikishin's denied on a rush. The Hurricanes are getting some shots at this point. Shots are 4-0 in their favor, 8.5 minutes in. Carolina with some pressure with 8.5 minutes left. The Flames are blocking the path to the net pretty well. Farabee has a rush chance that's defended. I thought Calgary had a really good opening period of hockey. They hold Carolina to 6 shots, and there's no goals in that first period. Second period, Aho has a one-timer that's caught and held. Stahl's denied as the Flames get pinned down a bit. We get a power play for Carolina. Calgary kills that off. No shots on net during that. Shots are 2-0 Carolina at 6.5 minutes. 6.5 minutes. Dryden Hunt is denied from the doorstep. Chatfield fans on a one-timer. The shots are only 2 apiece with 7 minutes left. So this was not like a game of a ton of really good opportunities. The Canes press with 6 minutes left, but the Flames are back-checking really well. Backlund's net drive gets blocked. The Flames draw a power play with 3:08 left. Kadri couldn't bury a rebound. That power play gets killed off. The teams trade last-minute rushes. Things get pushy on a hold by Cooley. We still don't have a goal through 2 periods of play. Third period, 3 minutes in, both teams have a shot on net. The teams trade turnovers. Ehlers has a rush chance that's blocked out. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Bussey poke checks Weegar. Weegar's coming in at him. Kane's pressure at 6 minutes. The Flames have a 2-on-1. That's broken up. Coronado then has a rush chance. That's caught and held. Halfway through the period, the shots are 3-2 for Calgary. So, not a lot of shots. I report as much as I can, but there's just not a whole lot going on in this. Anderson has a shot that's held as the Flames get some pressure. Then there's a rush chance by Eric Robinson. That gets held. Robinson. Carrier to Martinook, near miss. Both defenses excellent in this game. Can't say enough. I thought Calgary did really well defending against a Carolina team that we know can score. Martinook's denied from the doorstep late. We go to overtime. Overtime records, Calgary 0-1 coming into this one. Carolina 3-1. The Canes control early. Jarvis has a wrister that's held. Gostisbehere then hits the outside of the net. Kadri has a rush chance that gets blocked. And then at 2:52, Nick Ehlers buries one on a rush. The assist to Hall and Walker. So Carolina with a 1-0 shutout victory. So the chess magnet's on the board. So's Tony the Tiger because Bussy was great. Shots on net, 6-3. Carolina in the first, 7-4. Calgary in the second. 5 apiece in the third, and in the overtime, Carolina had 2 shots, including the one that matters. The final shots are 17-15 for Carolina. Power plays, both teams go 0 for 1. The hits, 21-18 for Calgary. Cooley, 16 saves on 17 shots. Bussy wasn't busy. 15 saves on 15 shots, and he gets his first career NHL shutout. Okay, last game of the day, and it was Ottawa against Dallas, the game that was close, and then it's not close anymore. So it's Ullmark versus DeSmith. Good early flow, few whistles, and I can't say enough. This game started very similar to 2 of these 3 games. The Anaheim-Chicago one was very different, but the other 3 games today all had this very defensive feel early on. And I really feel like right now in the NHL we're starting to see the defense catching up with the offense from earlier in the season. We'll see if that lasts, if that's a trend or not. The shots are 2-1 for Dallas, 7 minutes in. Stars draw a power play, a net feed to Johnston gets blocked. That power play is killed off, and that's why. Because if Wyatt Johnston doesn't get the puck, you have a good chance of killing off a penalty. Sens then go to the power play, so Dallas kills that off as well. The teams trade rushes and turnovers. The shots are only 4 apiece with 6.5 minutes left. There's a press by Ottawa with 3 minutes left. The Sens had momentum late in the period, just not able to get on the score sheet. We don't have a goal after the first period. Second period, a net feed to Hintz gets picked off, and then at 1:58, Maverick Bourque has one go in off his skate on a net feed. Lyubushkin and Beck with the assists, so Dallas now with a 1-0 lead. Bourque playing in his 100th career NHL game today. Greg couldn't bury one from the doorstep. Things get pushed in a hole by DeSmith. Spence prevents a goal by Blackwell. Blackwell was right at the side of the net, and if not for Spence blocking that shot out, that would have been a goal. There's a press by Ottawa at 8 minutes, and eventually they score at 8:36. Sanderson goes 5-hole from the left circle. The assist to Perron and Cousins. That ties the game at 1, which seemed to make Dallas angry. At 9:20, on a Stützle turnover, Robertson just kind of magics his way into the net. Really a beast mode goal by Robertson, and that makes it 2-1. Robertson now has a 2-game goal scoring streak again. I think he's had a goal in 9 of his last 10 games. Last I checked, that's pretty good. The Stars press with 9 minutes left. We get a power play for Ottawa. There's a shorthanded rush by Sam Steele that helps to end that. No shots on net for Ottawa, so no momentum for them. And then at 15:33, on a pass from behind the net, Wyatt Johnston scores. He gets the goal from Rantanen and Robertson. And it feels like those 3 guys are combining a lot on goals. It's starting to feel like it's unfair for Dallas to put them together like that. There's a leg injury to Bischel along the boards. Didn't look good. He was not putting weight on his leg. He could be out for a while. There's a press by Dallas with 2.5 minutes left. Stützle fans on a rush chance. It's 3-1 Dallas after 2 periods of play. Third period, early power play for Ottawa. That becomes 22 seconds of 4-on-4, meaning a Dallas power play on the other side, and they score on it. It's Johnston from the doorstep off a rush, because of course it is. 2:52 in. He scores it from Rantanen and Hintz. So Johnston with that one, that was his 11th power play goal, which equals how many he had all of last season. Just ridiculous. Ottawa presses for a response. Pinto is a net feed that's picked off. And then at 7:24, it's a cross-crease pass and in. Jamie Benn. Since getting his 400th goal, all of a sudden Jamie Benn's getting goals again. The assist to Rantanen and Lindell. Everything gets punchy at 9:42. The Stars come out of that with a power play. Ottawa kills that off. The shots are 11-3 for Dallas with 6.5 minutes left. Once they got rolling, Ottawa really didn't have an answer. 5:34 left. The Stars go back to the power play, and they score on it. At 15:41, Johnston puts it in from the slot for the hat trick and for his 12th power play goal this season. Next on the list, there's, I think, 5 guys tied with 7 each. So he's playing pretty well with the man advantage. The assist to Hintz and Robertson makes the score 6-1. And so that is your final score. The no mercy magnet on the board for the Dallas Stars. They are a lot of fun to watch, unless you're watching the team that's against them and you're cheering for them, and then they're not fun to watch. But as a Dallas fan right now, this is the best hockey I've seen them play in a long time. So, yeah. But they're in the same division as Colorado, so what are you going to do? Shots on net, 7-5 Ottawa in the first, 6-4 Dallas in the second, and 15-5 Dallas in the third. Finally, some shots. Final shots, 26-16 for Dallas. Power plays, 0-3 for Ottawa, 2-4 for Dallas. The hits, 31-21 for Ottawa. Ullmark saves 20 out of 26. I don't know how many of those I'd put on Ullmark. It's a rough stat line, but I don't know how many of those I'd put on Ullmark. And DeSmith saves 15 out of 16. Not overly busy, but he was sound when he needed to be. All right, let us discuss what this does to the standings, shall we? And there. All right, so with just the 4 games, not a lot changes today. Dallas now 17-5-4, 38 points in 27 games. Would easily be the leader in any division, but they're in the same division as Colorado, so what are you going to do? The Anaheim Ducks, with their loss, they're now tied with the LA Kings in points and games played. This means that Vegas is 1 point back, and they've played the same amount of games as well. Chicago jumps back above the playoff line. 27 points in 25 games, a record of 11-9-5. They stopped their losing streak today. That drops Utah out. Utah and San Jose both 12-11-3, and they play tomorrow night. So the winner of that game could jump right into a playoff spot. The Oilers drop down. The Winnipeg Jets drop down as well, as Chicago passed all of them. The Calgary Flames, with the point they got today, they've played 27 games, record of 9-14-4, 22 points. So they're 1 point back of the Vancouver Canucks now in the West. Out east, not a lot changes here other than Carolina goes to first place. Carolina 16-7-2, 34 points in 25 games. Not a surprise. They've passed the New Jersey Devils. Carolina's been playing well enough to do that. Washington moves up to third place again. 15-9-2 record, 32 points in 26 games, which drops Philadelphia down to the number 1 wild card. 14-7-3, 31 points in 24 games. With the regulation loss, Ottawa misses out on an opportunity to jump past Montreal and Boston. They're 12-9-4 now, 28 points in 25 games. And by my count, none of the rest of the teams in the East played. So, yeah, the Islanders stayed just below the playoff line at 13-9-3, 29 points in 25 games. So now Pittsburgh has that 1 game in hand, and they have that lead on the New York Islanders. So there you go. You guys are all caught up on another long weekend of action. And, yeah, like I said, tomorrow night there's 5 games in the NHL. So it'll be another relatively chill night, and that's nice. November's always exhausting, always. So it's always nice when December rolls around, things get a little bit more chill. And, yeah, so, all right. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. That being said, I'm done for now. I'll talk to you again soon. I may do another video before today's over. Don't be surprised if I do.